This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Michael E. Gerber, co-founder, chairman, Michael E. Gerber Companies, Carlsbad, California.
A note from me, Norbert. Reading this book and implementing its message will transform the way you practice architecture, and in the process may change your life. I am a practicing architect. In 1994, a business coach recommended a book by Michael E. Gerber, The E-Myth, Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. No one, except Michael E. Gerber, could have imagined what happened. Prior to 1994, I have been in the business for 15 years. I bought the book and read it cover to cover. Unlike most business books, it was understandable and described exactly what was wrong in my business. Since my business was struggling, I decided I had nothing to lose and to follow the recommendations in this book and change the way I conducted my business affairs. With the book's guidance, I knew what to do to change, having faith that the outcome of my business would be different. I was then working on the business rather than in the business. At first, this principle seemed to be a play on words, but each day as I followed the advice on how to intentionally design, create, and mold a business, I began to experience its impact. Originally, my firm was set up following the model of the firm I had worked for before starting my own practice, the classic old-school model of architectural office setup. It didn't take long before the impact of E-Myth methods began to bring new customers. This happened before we fully established the E-Myth culture of the new way of doing things. Because of all the new work, before I knew it, I had reverted to the old way of working in the business. The business was financially successful. However, I was working every waking minute and began to hate my life. I had forgotten what the E-Myth had taught me about setting up a successful business. I began to hate my employees, my clients, my work, and myself. In 2002, the only way I knew how to get rid of my problem was to sell the business. After the sale, everything was going along fine. I had some hobbies. I traveled and had some interests outside architecture. Before long, I picked up a few small building design projects just to stay involved. It didn't take long before I was facing the same problems as when I ran a larger business. Somewhere inside me, I imagined that there must be a way to practice architecture successfully without the long hours and frustrations. So I went back to E-Myth and reread it. Also, I visited the E-Myth website where I learned about the E-Myth Mastery Program. This program gave me the details in all aspects of how to set up and operate a successful business. This program had, along with weekly instruction lessons, a coaching program where each week you could discuss questions and business-related problems. As I went through the program, I set up all aspects of the new company in accordance with the E-Myth Mastery, as they were concurrently covered in the program. When I was about halfway through the program, an associate of mine invited me to join in a newly established firm. I agreed on the condition that the new firm would be set up to precisely follow the E-Myth Mastery Program and the E-Myth method of doing business. In 2007, we began, and now we are in our 4th year. We have taken the time necessary to set up all systems and processes properly, in keeping with the E-Myth model. Already, the successful impact of the E-Myth architectural practice can be felt. We can see that down the road, the foundations have been set that will serve us in the long run to establish a firm that is both profitable and impactful in the community. Now I again love my chosen profession, enjoy my colleagues, have developed a great working relationship with my clients, enjoying going to work each day, and most importantly, have long holidays and don't work on weekends. Because of the way the office is organized with systems and processes, it runs without my daily input. When I'm away for extended period of times, the clients get service of high quality standard. I came to understand that the practice of architecture as a business was something bigger than, and most importantly, separate from myself, a living entity that could be intentionally designed, molded, and created. Over the years, since my first introduction to the E-Myth, I have moved beyond merely understanding the message to living it day to day. With the E-Myth approach, the firm has been completely retooled where we see no limit to what we can do. We've had feedback from clients, consultants, and others interfacing with our firm. They remark on our ability to stay on top of things.